Hello everyone and welcome back to the Synergy Sanctum. My name is Justin. Thank you so much for stopping by. Here at the Synergy Sanctum, we specialize in all things related to Magic the Gathering, with a specific focus on deck building. So I aim to show you very quick deck techs that'll show you all of the cards in the deck and how they work together to ultimately achieve the goals of that deck. If you're not already, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate that. And we also have a sister channel now, so head on over to Commander Coliseum and check out their content as well. And for today's deck tech, we have Urza, Lord High Artificer, an EDH combo build. We're doing Urza things. You know what's going to happen here. So Urza says when he enters, he makes a 0/0 colorless construct creature where its power and toughness are equal to each artifact you control. He can also tap an untapped artifact to make blue mana, which is what we're here for. This is going to get crazy. And for 5, you can shuffle your library, exile the top card. Until end of turn, you can play it without paying its mana cost. So he is also a mana sink. There are a ton of builds out there, and we are doing very similar combos and things here. Current TCG market value of this deck is $396 to $523. We've got a land count of 32 lands, with 20 of those being snow-covered islands and 12 of those being non-basic lands. So let's get into it. How are we going to win with Urza? So our win cons and our combos in the deck are probably what you expect. We've got a Blightsteel Colossus in case, everything else doesn't work out. We still have an 11/11 Trample Infect. We're running the Isochron Scepter and Dramatic Reversal combo. So you basically exile the Dramatic Reversal to the Isochron Scepter, and then for 2 mana, you get to copy the exiled card. So this goes infinite with a couple of rocks out. We're running Training Grounds and Forensic Gadgeteer because both of them provide an activated ability discount. So whether it's on a creature like Pilipala or Drafna, founder of Latnam, or on a Basalt Monolith, you're discounting these activated abilities to be able to do them even crazier than they already are. And then we're also running Memnarch because with enough mana, you can basically take everything that is out on your opponent's board, all of their permanents, turn them into artifacts, and then gain control of them. In addition, because we are playing Urza and we have the ability to tap artifacts for mana, we are running these stacks pieces that say as long as they are untapped, something bad happens to everybody else. So they won't be untapped on our turn because we will be tapping them for mana. So we're running Winter Orb and Static Orb. Both of them prevent people from untapping more than a few things. Storage Matrix does the same thing, but it gets more specific where the player has to choose what they're going to untap, whether that's lands, creatures, or artifacts. Trinisphere, as long as it's untapped, each spell that's costing less than 3 is costing more than 3. In addition to that, we are running Graph Digger's Cage to prevent all of those graveyard decks from popping off. We're running Back to Basics because we are in mono blue. We're not as worried about non-basic lands not untapping. And then we are also running Propaganda to protect us as soon as we sit down and they know we are playing Urza. We're going to need some protection. In addition to that, here are all the Cheerio cards, all of the cards that cost 0 to play, a bunch of artifacts here that cost 0 to play, and each of these is going to become a mana rock because of Urza. So Urza's Bauble, Mishra's Bauble, Welding Jar, Tormod's Crypt, Fountain of Youth, and Darksteel Relic, as well as Spellbook, Ornithopter, and Memnite. All of these would be able to tap for mana on Urza's ability. And then we're running some additional artifact synergies here. So Unwinding Clock's going to untap all our artifacts that everybody else is untapped so we can keep going with our mana. We're running Spellskite to redirect a target from Urza to Spellskite. Darksteel Forge is making all of our stuff indestructible. We're running the 2 artifact lands that we can with Darksteel Citadel and Seat of the Synod. And then we're running Psy Master Thopterus because whenever you cast an artifact spell, he's making an artifact, which is basically making a mana dork. And then for 2, you could sack 2 artifacts to draw a card. And then more good stuff in the deck. We are running Tidespout Tyrant. Whenever you cast a spell, you can return a target permanent to its owner's hand. So you can target your own stuff. If you have enough discounts, you can basically continue to play something like Sol Ring and get all of those cast benefits. We're running Master Transmuter, so we can trade one of our tokens for a Blightsteel Colossus at a single blue. Cyclonic Rift and Desynchronization to deal with the board states. And our Counterspell suite is an offer you can't refuse. Narset's Reversal, Swan Song, and Counterspell. And then in addition to that, we are running several wheels in the deck with Narset, Parter of Veils as well. So each opponent can't draw more than one card each turn. If you play a wheel under Teferi's Puzzle Box, Windfall, or Jace's Archivix, that's basically nuking your opponent's hands. We've got Videlkin Archmage and Riddlesmith getting us draws off of artifact casts. Padim's getting us draws if we have the highest mana value of artifacts, which we probably will, and he's also protecting them. We're running Senseis because we do have a lot of artifact discounts, so this combos off and goes infinite as well. Thoughtcast to draw 2 cards for a single blue, as well as Brainstorm. And then we're running Mystic Forge because we do have so many artifacts, we want to get them off of the top of our deck as well. And then Howling Mine will solely benefit us because it only benefits everybody if it's untapped. So basically we will tap it on our turn and then no one else is getting the extra draw. And then a ton of tutors in the deck. We are trying to be competitive. We are trying to be consistent. So we are running every artifact tutor that we can find. The 3 creatures, the mages, trophy, trinket, and tribute are all getting artifacts out of the deck. Wear of Invention is getting an artifact out of the deck based on how much you pay into X, but your artifacts can pay into X. Fabricate's just getting us an artifact. So is Inventor's Fair, as long as we have 3. Arkham Dagson is really awesome. So we're going to sack an artifact creature, and then we get to search for a non-creature artifact and put it onto the battlefield. So all of those tokens we're going to be making. And then Mystical Tutor and Solve the Equation to get any other pieces we might need, like a Cyclonic Rift or some kind of interaction. And then we're running a lot of recursion in the deck. So Buried Ruin, Academy Ruins both put artifacts from our graveyard onto the top of our library or our hand. Mirror Retriever and Scrap Trawler do the same thing. They return artifacts. And then Mystic Sanctuary is returning an instant or sorcery from our graveyard to the top of our library. And then finally, our mana suite. So we are running the new one from Edge of Eternity's Uthros Titanic God Core. For a blue, it adds blue for every artifact you control. So that's going to be a ton as long as it's stationed. We're running Sapphire Medallion to discount everything. Extra Planner Lens is going to solely double our mana with the snow-covered islands. We're also running Soul Ring, Lotus Petal, and Arcway of Innovation. Our artifact discounters are Foundry Inspector and Ethereum Sculptor. Chief Engineer as well is giving up Convoke, and then Grand Architect is turning blue creatures into mana dorks at 2 colorless mana for each tap. And with that, our show has come to an end. Thank you so much for watching our video, and if you enjoyed that video, feel free to share it out with any friends who might find value in it as well. Thank you so much for stopping by. We hope to see you again soon. Have a good one.